As I stand here in front of you, I'm very humbled and inspired to be talking in front of an organization that does so much for youth and for college students in Illinois. As Vince mentioned, I was born and raised in Brazil, at a time that if you went to college, there was not even a question that you were going to finish, because most people were not even able to go to college. Over the course of growing up, we didn't have mentors. There was no such thing. And for the mentees in the room, I hope you understand the gift that you have, the gift that this organization and those who are peer mentors for you are giving you every day with every advice, with every question that they ask you that I'm sure sometimes annoys you. I was lucky enough to, over the course of my career, to have people who, in an organic way, became mentors. But it was all out of luck. There was no structured program. And as in 1991, my husband and I decided to immigrate to Brazil, I came to study at Kellogg. I had no idea, number one, how hard that transition was going to be. And number two, again, the role that those angels, those unexpected mentors, would play in our lives, would play in my life. In fact, last week, I spoke at the Federal Reserve Bank in a program right now that they have called Thrive that was created by the former CEO, Michael Moscow. And Michael, to me, was a mentor throughout the 26 years that I had in this country. So as I stand here, again, humbled and inspired, I have messages to several of you who are in this audience. I'll start with the mentees, and I could not emphasize more the gift that you're receiving. But with that gift comes huge responsibility. First of all, the responsibility of leveraging the relationship that you have, making your expectations clear, reaching out. It's not just the job of the mentor to reach out to you. And then most important, pay it forward. For every great advice that you receive from somebody who plays a role in your life, you have the responsibility. The only thing I ask is advise somebody else. Pay it forward. I always said I have a passion for mentoring young people. And when they come to me and say, oh, thank you so much for everything that you've done, I said, no, not that fast. One day you're going to receive a call or an email from me. And I'm going to introduce you to somebody who I expect you to mentor. And I've done that for many years. And about a year ago, I had the pleasure of calling somebody who I mentored when this young man, not that young anymore, started at Accenture, and I was a partner. Now he is a partner at Accenture. And I called him and I said, well, you know that sometimes I send people to you. I have a very special request now. My own daughter was joining the company, and I said to him, I want you to mentor her, because I know you were well mentored. And his response was, wow, that little thing? I said, yeah, Mike, that was about 20 years ago when you were starting with the company. To the mentors, you only have my gratitude. All I can say is thank you for everything you do, but I'm a big believer in karma, so all the great things that you're doing, whenever you least expect, are going to come back to you in spades. The other thing I want to keep in mind is that mentoring is a two-way street. I've never had a mentoring relationship when I was a mentor or the mentee that I was not giving and receiving at the same time. So keep that in mind. Sometimes the question you ask your mentee to challenge, to provoke him or her, you should ask yourself as well. And I've made great changes in my life after asking a question that I said, wow, how would I answer that for my own life, right? And for those of you who are here as benefactors, as sponsors of this program, my heartfelt thank you. Better than that, only if you decide to be mentors in the program as well. Since 2014, ACI, through the Peer Mentoring Program, has mentored almost 600 students. That means that 600 students who could be at times at risk of dropping out or not knowing how to get access to a resource they needed were helped at some point in their college lives. The plan is to add 150 in the next year, but we know, just looking at the situation in our state, that we need so much more than that. So this night is a celebration. I hope that you take the time to talk to people who you don't know and identify yourselves, identify your role in the organization. I'm a mentor, I'm a mentee, I'm both, I'm a sponsor, I'm a benefactor. And again, I am delighted to be here, and I'm delighted to support and to cherish the mission of ACI. Thank you so, so much.